Cuts, cuts, and more cuts. As those at the Idaho State House figure out how to balance the state's budget, many agencies are looking at reductions, and that includes the Idaho National Guard. Bringing in Cooper Morgan now. Cooper, how are these budget cuts impacting military members?
They're hitting tuition assistance. Idaho National Guard members are not fully covered by federal tuition assistance, which means they help pay for school with other programs, like the state's Student Education Assistance Program, otherwise known as SEAP. For Lieutenant Colonel Sean Edwards, the Idaho National Guard is about family.
That's what I love about the Guard. You know, everybody knows everybody, and it's awesome.
And part of that family is education benefits.
The primary reason why we join is to serve the state of Idaho and our nation. That's the primary reason why we join. Education benefits are a huge part of that purpose.
The Student Education Assistance Program is a military reimbursement program. It provides additional assistance from the state for Idaho National Guard members because those from the Idaho National Guard do not receive 100% federal tuition assistance, which only covers about $4,500 a year, usually one semester at college.
That's where SEAP plays its primary role, is to bridge the gap to fully fund that year.
The program serves hundreds of Idaho National Guard members each year, but with proposed budget cuts in the Idaho State House, $190,000 has been cut off this state-run tuition assistance program. The Joint Finance Appropriations Committee voted on Friday whether to reinstate the funds.
When I look at this small amount of money, while it would be nice to pass this on to the service members that have done so much for our country, it's not necessary when I have to weigh it against some of the other priorities we have to make.
This is a form of compensation for our military branch. It's an area of compensation where we are at the bottom in the country in terms of how we compensate our military service members.
Lawmakers first rejected restoring the funds. Then a separate vote to formally approve the budget failed as well, leaving the program's funding unresolved. For Senator James Ruckey, a veteran himself, education and service hit close to home.
Well, I think our National Guardsmen and women deserve better than that. You're willing to sacrifice, your family's willing to sacrifice, you're willing to work hard, you're willing to give it your all. But you do expect the government to hold up its end of the bargain. And when it doesn't, it can create a lot of havoc in your life and your future.
And while the budget stays up for debate, Edwards says it's about one thing:
to support Guardsmen and women so they can continue their education and that promise that we have given them, you know, for joining.
Guard leaders say education benefits are a key recruiting tool, and uncertainty around funding could impact future enrollment. When you stack Idaho up against other states and territories, it ranks 53rd out of 54 in education benefits for its National Guard members. Morgan.
Yeah, these budget cuts have the potential for far-reaching consequences. Cooper, thank you.